A and B are standing at a distance of 20 kilometers from each other on a straight east-west road. A and B start walking simultaneously eastwards and westwards respectively, and both cover a distance of 5 kilometers. Then A turns to his left and walks 10 kilometers. B turns to his right and walks 10 kilometers at the same speed. Then both turn to their left and cover a distance of 5 kilometers at the same speed. What will be the distance between them? So basically he's talking about two persons, A and B, who are standing at a distance of 20 kilometers from each other on a straight east-west road. Right? So there is a straight east-west road. What do you mean by east-west road? You know, this is east and this is west. So there is a straight east-west road, the distance of which is 20 kilometers. So they are standing here at a distance of 20 kilometers. Now the question that arises is, while this is the west side and this is the east side, on which side is A standing? Is A towards the west or towards the east? Right? So is it A west, B east, or A east and B west? You know, that's the question. So there are two cases. Ideally, if you see, there are two cases here. A can be on the west side or on the east side. But when you read the next statement, it says A and B start walking simultaneously eastwards and westwards respectively. A and B start walking simultaneously eastwards and westwards respectively, and both cover a distance of 5 kilometers. So if you read this properly, A and B have started walking simultaneously, right, together, eastwards and westwards respectively. A is walking towards east and B is walking towards west. A is walking towards east and B is walking towards west. So the one case that can be taken is A is actually initially towards the west and B is towards the east. Getting it? A is standing at the west side and B standing on the east side. Now he says A and B start walking simultaneously eastwards. So A is walking eastwards, which means A is walking in this direction, and B is walking westwards. B is walking towards the west. See, for someone to walk towards west means that person has to be on the east side. For one to walk towards east, that person initially has to be on the west side. So east and west are the directions here for A and B, right, as shown, and then they start walking as indicated by these arrows here. Okay. So now we got to trace the path, right? So I'm just putting these 2 points. So we are now very sure that A is here. I mean, very sure as in that's one case, right? A is here and B is here. Total distance is 20 kilometers, right? Total distance between these two is 20 kilometers. Now look at this. A walks eastwards 5 kilometers and B walks westwards 5 kilometers. So A covers 5 kilometers eastwards and B covers 5 kilometers westwards. Yeah. Then A turns to his left. Now look at this. A is walking towards east. A is walking towards east and he turns to his left. So when a person is facing east, left should be towards north, right? When a person is facing east, left is to be considered towards north. So A walks eastwards and then turns to his left, which means now he'll be walking towards north, and walks how much? Walks 10 kilometers. So A walks 10 kilometers after this. So A comes in this position. So this is done. A turns to his left and walks 10 kilometers. Then B turns to his right and walks 10 kilometers at the same speed. B turns to his right. Look at it now. B is facing west, right? B started walking 5 kilometers towards west and B turns to his right. So when a person is facing towards west, right of that person again is towards north. You're getting it? The person is facing west. So right of the person is towards north. So now B also turns towards north and walks 10 kilometers. So basically B also comes at the same point or in the same line which A is at. You're getting it? So 5 kilometers towards east and then 10 kilometers towards left, 5 kilometers towards west and then 10 kilometers towards right. So both of them will come in the same horizontal line. Yeah. Now what happens? Then both turn to their left. So see, A and B both are facing north. Both of them are facing north now. So both of them turn to their left, which means to their actual left. Right? When a person is facing north, left is left and right is right. So both of them will turn towards left and cover a distance of 5 kilometers at the same speed. So both turn to their left and cover a distance of 5 kilometers at the same speed. So look at this. A is here. He covers a distance of 5 kilometers on the left side. So basically A comes back in the same vertical line in which originally he was, right? He started from here, 5 kilometers, 10 and then 5. What happens with B? B is here. B also turns left, which means on the left of paper, and covers 5 kilometers. So this is A's final position A dash and this is B's final position B dash, right? A dash and B dash. We got to find out the distance between them. So what is the distance between these 2 points is the question. What's the distance between these 2 points is the question. How do you find that out? Simple. If you see, A has come back in the same straight line, right? I mean, Maybe it looks like I've extended that a little bit, but if you look at the final position of A is here. You got to find this distance, right? So A is come back at the same point. What is B's position? B's position is this new position. So we have to find out this distance. Yeah. Now, if you see, A is in the original point only, original point in terms of, this vertical line. How about B? B has covered 5 kilometers horizontally first and then 5 more kilometers. So total distance covered by B here is 10. So out of total 20, if this part is 10, obviously the remaining part is also 10. Yes or no? If this is 10, the remaining part is also 10. So your answer to this question has to be option 1, 10 kilometers. I know explanation has taken a little bit of time because I was explaining, I was not solving it, right? When you solve it yourself, you have to just do all this analysis very quickly in your head and arrive at the answer. 10 kilometers will be the final answer, right? Because A is in the same vertical line, initial vertical line. B has covered 5 kilometers here horizontally, then goes 10 kilometers up vertically and then covers 5 more kilometers. So total horizontal distance covered by B is 10. Out of the total distance initially that was 20. So from 20 subtract 10. The balance 10 is what is left out between them. Yeah. So option 1, 10 kilometers will be the answer.